Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for July 6th. Let's jump right into our charts and see we kicked off the new week. First up, we got August live cattle on the board. We did see this cattle market balancing out here today after seeing some steady selling pressure last week. Prices did trade in a tight range here around this 200-day moving average here for this August live contract. We continue to see this market find support down here near the 235 to 240 area. We are seeing some range-bound conditions here over the last 3 months as this market has bounced between 235 and 250 since about early part of April. We continue to see support down here at this long-term support line that we've tested a couple times. This rising 200-day moving average has acted as good support a couple times here throughout the year so far. We should see this market continue to find support down here near these range lows. If we can just cut this thing up into quarters here, we can see that this market is continuing to find some good support down here near the bottom end while running into some selling pressure each time we push up into 250. At the moment, we should see the bottom quarter of this market or of this range offer some good support to this market. If we do poke down here into the mid 230s, we should see these bulls continue to push back. However, we just continue to urge everyone to be patient here. We could see some wider ranges and some more volatility similar to what we saw here throughout the early part of June and the late part of May. Either way about it, we should see these bulls continue to step in and offer some support here in the week to come. Just have to continue to watch the situation here and make sure the bulls can continue to defend these range lows. Any sort of nasty closes down here below these multi-week lows here at 234 should see some more selling pressure kick in, but at the moment look for these bulls to try to defend the mid 230s going forward. We continue to see good support here in the mid 230s in these back months as well. October and December finding good support here today in this 232 to 235 area. We should see more continued strength in those back months and see this cattle market try and get some bids going here before the week is up. Next up, August feeders on the board. We did see this market trade all the way down towards 357 today, 356 and a half. We did see this market retesting the midpoint of this recent rally we got here. 50% pullback here is a good spot that these bulls should try and offer some support. At the moment, we are dancing around here in between our major averages after that selling pressure last week. Typical pullback after this rally we saw since the early part of June. Look for this market to try and find some support here in the week to come. This market hasn't had as clean of a range-bound condition here, but we can see 355 to 378 here offering a good range despite this just little brief poke down here in the late part of May where we ran down there and tested these prior year or this current year's low. At the moment, though, we should see this market try and find some support down here between 355 and 360. Look for this thing to continue to balance out. Like that live cattle market, let's just slow play this thing. Be patient here while this market continues to stabilize. Make sure this support continues to hold. These buyers should push back here, though, before this week is up and try and take another run back up towards these range highs and retest this 378 level, which seems to be pretty crucial on this August contract, as well as that 250 level for that August live contract as well. Next up, December corn futures on the board. Nice strong rally here out the gate as this market did open up after pushing here through some oversold conditions in all these last 2 months here. This market did hit the ground running, opening up and pushing above our bull pivot there at 446, last week's high. Nice strong rally right up there towards that 50-day moving average. At the moment, there is still a lot of selling pressure overhead, so look for this 50 to offer some resistance here in the days to come. At the moment, though, we do want to see this market kind of balance out, show that we got some good lines to trade around, and we should see these sellers kick back into gear here and try and push this market back down here into the low fours. Next up, crude oil prices continuing to balance out in some tight ranges here, getting comfortable down here in the high 60s to $70 range. At the moment, we are just kicking right back into a lot of this action we saw late last year, where this market had about $1 to $2 ranges, is all slow choppy action down here through the $60 to $70 area, and even poking down there towards 55 at that low. But at the moment, that's looking like how this market is going to start trending from here. Just a nice slow low volatility bleed lower. Look for those sellers continue to offer some pressure here. Any sort of rallies should be sold into, but this market is kind of bouncing off this prior breakout spot, so wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a rally back up into the 70s here, but these sellers should keep that pressure on and keep these crude prices moving lower here throughout the summer. Next up, equity markets kind of seeing some action, bullish action here today. The S&P pushing above those prior week's highs, seeing a nice close today up there near 7,600. The Nasdaq also getting a little bit of a bounce here, even though it's getting beat here in the evening session. Already down 1% here tonight. The Dow also seeing more relative strength as it pushed into some new all-time highs today, seeing a nice strong close at those new highs. We do just continue to see this tech sector with a lot of these mega cap names weighing heavy on this market. We are seeing a little bit of better action here in some of these names. Apple getting a nice strong bounce back above those averages. A couple of these names trying to get back above those major averages there. So we are seeing some good rally attempts here. We just need to see some more traction and some more continued support from that tech sector. However, this market isn't really expecting much downside. We would just kind of anticipate some choppy action here. While this market consolidates near these all-time highs for the S&P and the Nasdaq, continue to see good relative strength in those Dow names. Look for those this Dow index to keep on pushing higher, and some of those more industrial names to keep on moving. A lot of good spots to still be putting money to work out there in this market. Look for that tech sector to try and gather some more support here in the weeks to come, and we should see each of these indexes continue to push up there or hang out here near these all-time highs. That's all we got for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Catch you guys tomorrow.